Hey everybody, Dr. Lady J here. Listen, thanks again for sharing my video. Thanks again for being a part of this journey of me doing life coaching. So today we're going to be talking about being used or attacked in a fraudulent way. How many of you have ever been scammed? You've been used, you've had some type of fraudulent activity happen to you, and how did it make you feel? Because I can honestly raise my hand and say I've had all three of those things happen, and let me tell you, it's not fun. And one of the worst things that happened for me is that I actually loaned somebody my last. I was in a difficult space financially. This person needed some money, needed some help, and I gave them my last. And they said, I'll definitely give it back to you. Never saw them again. And that was the absolute worst for me. And I'm going to tell you, it left me feeling some kind of way. And so today, we're going to talk about how do you recover from being used, scammed, having fraudulent activity happen to you or against your account. How do you deal with those situations? Because it ain't easy. So if you've ever gone through any of those things, stay tuned, or you may want to add to the list in the comments. Feel free. Maybe something else happened to you. Feel free. But today we're going to talk about how do you recover, because I want you to know that you can't continue, and I should say we can't continue to beat ourselves up about what happened, the mistake that we made in that decision, or allowing things to take place because we gave out information to the wrong people. We can't continue to beat ourselves up. Now, some of the things that happen as a result of being in these types of situations is that you feel guilty. We feel a lot of guilt because it's like, why didn't I catch that? Or why did I do that? Or why didn't I ask more questions? You start really, coming down really hard on yourself because it's like, I should have been smarter than that. So you deal with a lot of guilt. Also, anxiety will set in because, like I said at the time, when I loaned money out, I didn't have money to loan out. I really needed that money. And so to not have it and then to try to figure out, okay, how do I pay my next bill? It was tough. And so you deal with a lot of anxiety. It'll put a lot of stress on you if you let it. You're dealing with stress. People also become depressed, the D word. You become depressed because this thing just happened and you don't really want to tell people about it because it's a little embarrassing, or you don't want people in your business. So you start feeling depressed. You start feeling alone. You start feeling like even if you told somebody, they wouldn't understand, or they might look at you like you're stupid. Some people actually get angry with themselves. And I mean, really, really beat themselves up, get really, really angry because it's like, I should have known better. Or they get so angry that they want to go and hurt that person, or they want to go after the people who did whatever they did to them. So anger begins to set in. This one right here, trust. It's really hard to trust the next person, or when you pick up their phone and they're saying, hey, I want to offer you a loan for something, but we need to get your information. It's really hard for you to trust. It's really hard for me to trust. That person made it really hard for the next person that comes along who says, I need money, and they have a sad story. It's really hard for me to trust now. That part of me is kind of sealed off right now. You really, as I said, start feeling embarrassed. You feel embarrassed. It's like, how could I know in my case, I'm like, I should have thought that through. Why didn't I go and talk to someone? I'm just embarrassed that I even got myself in that situation, knowing that I couldn't really afford to do it. And so you feel a sense of embarrassment. And you don't feel secure anymore. Because sometimes we trust people so much. we're trusting, and we trust other people because people come off so polished and so nice and so wonderful, and it's like, how can I not, they got to be telling the truth, only to find out that they were using, scamming, trying to get whatever they could in any way that they could. And that is tough, and it's a hard pill to swallow. But there's good news. You can recover from all of this. And I want to share some helpful things with you, some things that I've had to walk through within the past year to deal with the situation that happened to me. First of all of those emotions that I talked about, the way that it makes you feel, accept them. If you have to cry, if you feel embarrassed, it's okay. If the guilt comes on, it's okay. All of those things are normal. The thing is, you don't want to get stuck in them. You don't want to get stuck in being embarrassed for the rest of your life, or feeling guilty for the rest of your life, or getting so angry that you feel like you want to go and hurt somebody. No. You don't want to be in those places. All of those emotions are real. They're probably all, or if not all of them, some of them are going to fall on you. You have to accept those emotions. But as you're accepting those emotions, you also have to learn how to work through those emotions, because you don't want those emotions to come and get stuck right here, because that's when we start changing into a whole nother animal. And so, you don't want to get stuck in that state of whatever emotions you're going through at that time. The best thing to do is to allow yourself to share what happened with somebody that you really trust, somebody that you know who will be supportive, who will be able to give you some sound advice, or maybe point you in the direction of someone who can help you in your situation. But you want to be able to kind of take those emotions and start, moving with those emotions, getting the help that you need. For example, I'm feeling angry. Use your words. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling pissed off. I'm feeling like I want to go hurt somebody. Don't hold all of that in. These are real emotions, everybody. Don't hold it in. Find somebody to share how you're feeling with. You need to bounce that off onto someone, so they will be able to in turn help you to walk through it. And if they can't help you walk through the process, they should be able to direct you to someone else. Those are the kind of people that you want to turn to for help. Some of you may feel like you should only go and talk to your family, and that's up to you. And then for others, they may feel like, my family is going to bless me out for what I did. Find people who will be supportive. You don't need people saying to you, that was the dumbest thing. Why would you do something like that? That doesn't even make sense. Did you think that through? You don't need those kind of people in your life. You need people in your life at that moment who are going to listen to you, who are going to be supportive, and who are going to guide and lead you as you're going through the process. Take care of yourself, because as I said, all of those emotions can be draining. The situation that you go through can be overwhelming. So you have to pause for a moment and take care of yourself. Like I said, if you have to stop and cry, if you have to go and hit a wall, or go for a walk, or go to the gym and beat up the equipment for a while, do what you need to do that's going to be positive. Don't go beat up on anybody, okay? Do what's going to be positive and beneficial to you. Self-care. Go and talk to someone. Empty out. If you go to therapy already, talk to your therapist, talk to your counselor. Empty out. Practice self-care, okay? You may have to pamper yourself just a little bit more during these times, because you're going to need it, because it's hard. I'm not going to say that it's easy. And for those of you who may have never gone through any of that, I pray that you never will. But if you do, I want you to understand that it is not easy. And so make sure that you take care of yourself. Don't stay up all night worrying about it. constantly thinking about how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. Give your brain a break. And it's okay to shut down for a little bit and just breathe. Breathe. Relax. It's going to be okay. You're going to recover. You may not recover overnight, depending on what it is. You may not recover this year, but at some point in time, you're going to recover if you have the right people around you and if you're going through this process the correct way. Again, begin to change the way you think about what happened. Okay, we know we made a mistake in the decision that we made. We now realize that we made the wrong choice. That maybe we shouldn't have given what we gave to someone. In my case, I realized I shouldn't have done that because that person had no intentions of giving me my money back. Make sure that you keep yourself or your mindset clear. Again, don't fill your mind up with negativity. Don't surround yourself with negative people. You want to keep your mind clear and change the way you think about this situation. Change the way you think about it. Because if you don't, you're going to forever be stuck. You're going to continue beating yourself up. You're going to continue crying about it, getting angry, feeling embarrassed. So begin to accept what's happened and determine within your mind that it's not going to happen again. And you're now going to start changing the way you're thinking and feeling about this situation. Because guess what? We still have to live. We still have to go on. Life goes on. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you really, really need it. If it's financial, don't be afraid to reach out. Reach out to people who you know have your best interest at heart, who won't be going around saying, you know what, Lady J lost all of her money and she came over here borrowing some money from me. You don't want to be around those people. Don't do that. Be around people who will be quiet, hear what you say. Let me move my hair back so you can hear what you say. They'll take it all in, and they will be the ones who will put their arms around you and help you, and nobody else will know a thing. Those are the people you want to make sure that you put yourself around. If they can't listen to you and be empathetic to what you're going through, those are not the people that you need to be around. That's why I said in one video, be careful about who you tell your business to, who you share things with, because everybody can't handle it. Okay, I'll put a pin in it and just leave it right there. Everybody can't handle it. Too much information for them. And for those of you who may be called on to help people in that situation, make sure you encourage them. Make sure you help them to focus. Make sure you're a listening ear and not a running mouth telling them all the reasons why they shouldn't have done what they did. But make sure you're the listening ear. Be a support system for them. Let them know that it's going to be okay, and let them know that you're going to be there for them. This is tough, and I can't do it all in just a session. This is a process. And so what I would encourage all of you to do, or those of you who have gone through this type of situation, what I would encourage you to do is to make sure that even as you get help from friends or family or whoever may be around you, make sure you also get professional help, okay? For your mental, your physical, make sure your spiritual, make sure you get professional help. Because when you go through these type of situations, it's very hurtful and it's very hard. Now that noise you hear in the background is my little Coco. She is dancing, moving around, jumping, and doing everything while I'm trying to do this life coaching session, everybody. So that's the noise you hear in the background. But anyway, I hope that you learned something from what I've said today, because I can personally say that it does get better. You do recover. I never recovered my money. But one thing I did learn is to never do that again. Never give what you don't have. And that was a lesson learned. And for people who scam you, who take, and who do what happens to me, I want to say to you, karma, what goes around comes around. Your day will come. You may be listening to my life coaching sessions one day. Your day will come. You don't get to walk around and use people and scam people and defraud people and think that you're just going to skate through life. At some point in time, the wheels come off the skates and you fall down and you have to deal with what you did. So my name is Dr. Lady J. I hope that you all got something from this lesson today on being scammed, used, defrauded. I hope that you got something from it. All right. Have a great day. Have a good day. Thanks for sharing my video, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, and today's lesson, life coaching lesson, was about how do you deal with being used. Have a good day, everybody.